What up? What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. Before we start this out, I'd like to give a shout out to Selfie World. Shout out to the Exotic Cuisine for letting us throw shows this weekend. We had a great time at Selfie World. That was the May the Force Be With You show. It worked out pretty good. Shout out to Ryan Weiss and the Eargasm crew also. That being said, we just gonna jump into it. We got a lot of stupid fuck shit out here. Some shit that needs a little bit more explaining, I guess, and just all around, just see what's going on in the world. So without further ado, our foreign correspondent, Dino, the genetic motherfucking marvel.
Uns, hello, welcome in and bienvenue. What's up, bro? Yeah, I've been having a couple of days that have been interesting. I tried LSD yesterday. That was interesting.
For the first time?
First time I took 2 tabs. That was also a mistake.
As you are, you gotta at least do a 4, man. It's just about your metabolism and your body type. Like I take fucking 4. Shit.
Okay. You are built up of like used leather. Like that is every organ in your body is just like how it works. Nobody knows. It just works. So just so everyone understands, that is not what a good friend says. You know, you should take more drugs. No, they're like, hey, how are you doing? That might be a lot for the day. No, he's like, nah.
That is a lie. I'm not going
to exactly right.
That is a lie.
Thank you. Fucking foreigners.
Good friend.
Now, was the LSD part of the alphabet community or the drug?
The drug.
Because if you were doing some lesbian and some, I don't know, whatever, seasonal gender and some dick.
I believe it's what did I say? No, I don't. My brain is still a little foggy from it, I'll tell you that much. I took it around noon and I didn't sleep until this afternoon. So I don't know if that was just by chance.
That's about normal.
You took it noon yesterday?
Noon yesterday, and I fell asleep this afternoon. Like I tried to do stuff, and then I fell asleep. Okay, yeah. So I didn't know any of that.
Usually about 24 hours.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because after you come off your trip, you still got that kind of brain fog.
100%.
Where you were all fuzzy and yep.
Yeah. It's
the good old days.
I definitely enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I'll like. I enjoyed mushrooms more, but I felt like I could do more things on LSD than I could on mushrooms. Mushrooms is like precarious. Like I may not be able to move for 4 hours, or I may go for a walk. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah, I'm totally opposite. Like especially if I have some good trip, like I had some fucking it was called Love and Life back in my early 20s, man. And it was only 2 hits. You took a love and you took a life. There was a heart and a little peace symbol. Me and my buddy, man, that was like, it felt like a 3-day trip. We started off on Walter Street. It was like maybe 5 or 6 of us. At one point, my buddy disappeared for like 3 hours. We thought he went home. He comes back. Boy was white as shit to begin with. He come back whiter. We were like, well, what's wrong, man? He was like, well, I went home, and on the way back, I talked to my grandfather. This was before cell phones. I was like, I talked to my grandfather. I was like, all right, well, cool. And he's like, Mark, he's been dead for 5 years. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's definitely going to be not a fun.
But we stayed up. It ended up just being 4 of us left in the group. We stayed up the whole night. Needless to say, nobody said that we were supposed to, or nobody reminded us that we were supposed to be going to Cedar Point or Jogga Lake the next day. So now we're tripping balls with Shay's mom driving. We go out and we're tripping in Jogga Lake, like the Texas Twister, getting in that, seeing the colors, just you turn into a gigantic blender. Oh my god!
My best trip I ever had was I had a couple-hour conversation with Rob Zombie that crawled out of a black light poster on the wall.
That sounds exciting.
Oh, dude, it was great.
I've heard he lives. fine. That makes complete sense. Yeah.
Right. But I had a lot of bad trips, and that's why I don't do it anymore. Like
Yeah, I
I
had
won't
quite a few
even
bad trips also.
like mushrooms. I won't fuck with them anymore. Like, and I used to love mushrooms, but yeah, I took
See, I've only
two bad trips, and that was it for me.
I eaten a lot of
Which,
mushrooms when I was
by the
younger.
way,
And
I
the
would tell
mushrooms
you,
were too much.
Dino,
Yeah.
from experience, if you start having bad trips, like back off, stay away for a
So
little
the
bit.
only thing that I've had so far was a not as eventful or inspiring trip from mushrooms. Nothing
Okay.
bad.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I mean, like when you start seeing shit that you really, really don't like, bad
yeah.
trip.
See, this is where like let's be honest. I'm nuts, right? Like let's just start with that.
Right.
So for me, like I'm a huge lover of tinkering with stuff. So like if you give
Uh-huh.
me like a puzzle and stuff like Lego, that's why I really enjoy it because I'm like I just love tinkering with it. You give me an engine, I'm like I'll take it apart and I'll
Figure it the
tidy
fuck
things
out,
up. I
right?
just like doing it, right?
Right.
So I found so only recently the gentleman Kyle who he kind of walked me through doing mushrooms the first couple times. He would always close his eyes, and I'm like I am not a fan of having my eyes closed in general.
Right.
Like just I'm like I will stand there and just stare at shit, and people are like, why don't you blink? And I'm like, meh,
I don't like the dark.
Yeah. I don't like the dark, you know. So only recently did I start trying to close my eyes while I set in for 6 hours of absolute fucking mayhem. And because I take
right?
I take like 7 grams of blue meanie, which is a pretty potent mushroom. And then people are like, "Why do you take 7 grams?" I'm like, "Because I'm a fat piece of shit." It's
Right.
basically,
But honestly, as long as you've always got to have a good mindset when you're getting ready to
Yeah,
trip.
you
I
can't
found
be
that
having
out
like
too.
bad days or no shit.
Right. If you're having a bad day, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So we learned. Well, I had to explain this to my wife once because she came into the room and she was flustered with something and she kind of just started moving stuff around. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "Nothing." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no,
That's
no,
not
no.
how this works.
You can't do that." I'm like,
Right.
"Do you understand?" And so I ended up coming out and I'm like, "What is happening?" She's like, "Nothing." And she's just zipping around everywhere. And I'm like, "You're ruining this for me." And then I proceeded to fall over and like knock over a bunch of shit and just like boom. And I was like awake, but at the same time, I'm like,
I'm okay.
Frank Sinatra has left the building, like it was weird. But yeah. I was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I just fell on my ass. Of course I'm." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, don't do that shit, jackass." So now I
That's
just
a
do
bad
it.
trip to you. A bad trip to me, man. Cheers from Germany. What's up? How you doing?
No
What's
shit.
up, Parzival? Yeah,
So,
no.
like the worst trip that I think, well, the worst thing I've ever seen during a trip, um, it wasn't the whole trip wasn't bad because I had folks around me that kind of made it better. But I watched a
helps.
tray of fucking chicken wings turn into a tray of baby legs.
Were they still crispy baby legs?
No, they would look like
No,
they were
that's not good.
freshly detached fucking baby legs.
Oh,
Wasn't
Marco's like,
cool
can you
at
put these
all.
back in the fryer, please?
you're like, these need to
Uh-oh.
redo it. I'm so drunk tonight. Nice.
Yeah, but
Nice,
Listen,
bro.
if you don't hump day is gonna
Cheers.
hump you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nostrovia. I think that's Russian though.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's some gobbledygook language, whatever.
But now, like, I had one
I
trip
believe in
that
Germany
was,
it's Prost, maybe. Anyway, sorry, go on here.
but one of the worst. It wasn't a bad trip, but it was a bad trip. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
One of the first times I ever, who Slipknot is, right?
Of course.
First time I ever seen them live. Never even knew who the fuck they were. I was at some fucking festival where there was like 3 stages, and I was tripping balls, right?
Yeah,
And
that's not good.
floating and doing all that shit. And next thing you know, here comes 7 guys out on stage with fucking masks and jumpsuits on. I'm like, we're being taken over by, and we're fucked. So now we're like,
fucked.
in the middle of like the woods some goddamn where. And so I take off running. Now, mind you, there was like fucking 10 of us there that night. You know what I mean? So I'm in the middle of the goddamn woods somewhere. So I got 10 people running around looking for me. They finally find me. I'm like all hunched up in the fetal position next to a fucking tree. But it wasn't bad, but it was bad because I knew I was tripping and I knew whatever the fuck I seen wasn't real, but it
Yeah,
really fucked me up.
it's
You know
too
what I
much.
mean?
It's too much.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
No, I'm with you.
but the best funny one I had was one of the first times I ever tripped, and I was with a couple of hippies and shit. And they're like, "Oh, well, you need some orange juice," because nothing was happening. You know what I mean? They're like,
Definitely.
"Oh, you need some orange
Whatever.
juice," and that'll really get the shit rolling and keeping everything nice and smooth. All right, cool. We stopped at this gas station over here in McDonald, which is like the city is like 1 mile by 1 mile. You know what I mean? It's like not big at all. But
Right.
it had this little shell gas station. We stopped in it, and the whole time I'm like, all right, I took this shit. I've heard enough stories, and it's not nothing's happening yet. And I've heard so many people say all of a sudden, bam, it just hits you, right?
Yeah.
So now, mind you, there's like 5 of us in the car. I get out. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy everybody something, something to drink and shit. So we went in. I'm grabbing all these fucking drinks and shit. Walked up, and for some fucking reason, as soon as I got to the counter, I'm like, I don't want. No, I'm like, I do not want to look up at this fucking clerk. For some reason, I do not want to look up at this clerk. So I put everything down on the counter. I'm taking my wallet out, getting the money out. She told me the price, and I didn't hear what she said. And I looked up and I said, "What?" And she told me the price, and her face just fucking started melting.
Yeah.
Dude, I stopped. Left everything on the counter, wallet, every fucking thing. Went back
Yeah.
out to the car and said, "Somebody's gonna have to go in there and take care of that."
Yeah,
And
and
they're
just
like,
I
"Why?" I was
can't.
like,
Yeah.
"Because that bitch's face." I was
Juice.
like, that bitch's face just fucking melted in front of me. And y'all is going in there and taking care of that shit. Grab my wallet while you're in there, please.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
No.
But
See,
it wasn't a bad trip, but that was a good one. That was
so
a really good one.
and this is where it gets weird. And I know, Marco, you have a ton of shit because I love your background, and you're like, look, the world is on fire, literally. So you know you're dying this, but these are insights into this universe that are new to me. So I'm enjoying kind of dissecting the issues. So
Right.
so for me, okay, so to try and counter the whole I don't like having my eyes closed, what I've been doing is I've taken mushrooms, and when I can finally get up, I go into the bathroom, I leave all the lights off, and I take a deuce, right? So the cool thing is that I'm like, I'm just taking in a number, number one, number two. And but I'm in the dark, and because I'm in the dark, my eyes are open, but I'm still seeing shit, right? So up until a few weeks ago,
Basically sensory deprivation, man.
it's great. I love it. Yeah.
With an added poo.
Yeah. Well, listen, bro, don't get me wrong. Hey, the shit you take when you're on mushrooms
When you're
feels
fucking
great.
on mushroom. Like I've taken
Great.
pisses, I've thrown up, but I've never shit while I was on mushrooms or
Listen,
acid.
No.
that
Hey,
reminded me.
20 minutes after your first little hit, okay? That
Your little
shit
bloop.
where you're like boop, 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 and then you're not gonna shit for 4 days. That's it's a good one. It's nice, quick, easy. You're good to go, right? So, anyways, every time that I did this, the whatever I'm seeing in the darkness would always like try and stare me down, and I'm like, well, no, because it was like basically. Well, look, this is the thing is like the reason I do mushrooms is specifically because listen, I've handled everything else. The only thing that I need to conquer left is me. It's like, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. That's me. I need to figure this shit out now, right?
Yeah, you need DMT.
So I don't have a source that I'm like, I trust that shit. So
dude, they're selling DMT carts now.
They're
becoming mainstream. Like, when the fuck did that happen?
Like, it's a good thing, but also like any any good thing left unchecked and left to run wild, you have crazy people. So this last time when actually 2 times ago when I did the same thing in the darkness, everything was not looking me in the eye. Like it would be like,
They're like, this one stinks, man. I can't even look at you on this one.
No,
But
this
listen,
is not even. I didn't even shit. I just pissed, and they just weren't. They weren't willing to look me in the eye for too long, and I was like, all right, I think I'm doing the right thing. This is what tells me. Before you thought you could stare me in the eye, but now you're like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy, and I'm like, ah. I win.
Maybe they were staring at your cock.
all
Or
right,
maybe
so,
you were pissing on the floor.
It has gotten a lot bigger, so that's fair.
so two things.
Hit me.
First thing, whole time Dino's telling that story, the only thing I can think of is that little cartoon that's running all over Facebook with the dude saying, he's ate a bunch of mushrooms or acid, and all he had to do was poop. And he's like, so fucking, I'm sitting in the bathroom pooping, and it like shows what he's actually doing. He's in the middle of the street taking the shit. That's like the only thing I can think of the whole time you were telling that story.
Which, like,
and like, and you're like, oh, they're saying staring at me. I'm like, that's probably the people on the curb looking at him. Like, what the
if
fuck?
you're like, oh, don't look, people, just shitting in the street. This fat piece.
Right. Second thing, what the fuck Wednesday? In the first 16 and a half minutes, we've been talking about nothing but fucking drugs. I love it.
Yeah. And the internet cut out on me.
Not
I'm
one
sorry?
fucking time.
It's America, not American, sir. No, that's fine. Like, that's one of the best parts about this is like, because I didn't do drug. Like, I tried weed in high school. Who cares? Let's get over yourself, right? But
shit.
like,
All my drug
now,
use was in high school.
well, and that's the thing is, I'm like, the drug of choice. Like, I tried weed a couple times, but also like it was still illegal, and I had like upstanding friends. Like I was the bad like people were like, oh, you need something sketchy called Dino, and I'm like, I'm not even that
I
sketchy.
started the show. That shit was a lie. See, you just fucking ratted your own goddamn self out.
I mean,
friends
bro,
don't get you high.
I had to do a show at a fucking, it's like a grow house, like the supply store, but like for growing weed and stuff.
Dispensary.
And no, it wasn't a dispensary because he sold the lights and the setup to have like your own hydroponics and shit. Like,
he
it was cool.
basically sold everything to grow your own shit, but he didn't.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like a garden center, but only for druggies, which I'm like,
Right.
I'm down. That's fine. So
right, who wouldn't be?
right, like, because up here you're allowed to grow 4 plants per household. So
that's crazy. We're at 6 or no 12 or 6 here.
So.
It should be more. Listen, you can use hemp for shit like that. This is the problem is we got to figure out how to do all the other shit and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm taking your garbage. No problem. That's fine.
Right.
Great. I'm gonna make paper and clothing, and you can go fuck yourself. Right. So,
right.
anyways.
But yeah,
that's
here,
what you're gonna do,
Dino.
That is exactly what Dino is gonna do. Bring me your weed. I'm gonna make a shirt.
So hey, this time I went to Florida, because like I hadn't been in 30 years, I bought a pair of linen. Well, Victoria bought me a pair of linen pants and a linen shirt, and I'm telling you, bro, this summer is gonna be fucking great because I'm walking around in this shit. I'm like, it feels so good just dressing in linen. I'm like, it's super comfortable, but also I'm like,
the problem with linen is the sweat stains.
Oh, I'm not gonna do anything. What are you, crazy?
Even walking around, you're gonna have the armpit, you'll have the belly crease. Luckily you don't have titties, or you'd have the fucking underboob.
Oh, bro, there's nothing worse than humidities. Okay, humidities are the absolute.
I know.
I remember, bro. I was in college, and we were having a pub night, and this girl, who she was kind of ugly looking, a little bit chubby, but she was dancing her heart away on the stage. And you're like, hey man, do your thing. But then she started getting like tit sweat, and like she didn't have like nice titties. She had big titties, but only because she was fat, not like actually where you're like, oh, nice titties, So she had these then humidity lines, and she's dancing, and you're like, oh, you poor thing.
You ever see the ones where they get the lines under here and then the line here, and it looks like there's a face on her belly and she don't know it?
Yeah. And you're just like, I don't want to be the one to explain this, but at the same time, I kind of want to take a picture. I mean, like,
dude, that's like did you see my post earlier? Look, I
post a lot of mad shit. So
well, no, this is like something that I actually wrote out. Dude, I seen a chick with a thigh fupa.
Oh yeah, what the fuck do you mean a thigh? Like she had a
She had a fupa on her side. There ain't nothing else I can say. It wasn't her stomach. Her thigh had a fupa. She had a thupa.
When I see people that are that fat, I'm like, yo, you
But
need
the
to.
bad thing
You have a
was, is
problem.
I've seen bigger people that didn't have that. It was
She's just a bad fat person. I don't know. I get
bad
it. Yeah.
genetics. Had to have been bad genetics, dude. Just
Bro, listen, that's like the fact that you got bigger.
under her thigh fupa.
I'm 250 pounds and you got bigger titties than me. That's fucking hilarious to me. Okay, that's not. That's the wildest shit in the universe to me, right?
Man, I feel like whoever the creator is was really stoned when they fucked that poor woman up.
I mean, but wouldn't you be at some point where you're like, okay, like I made all the animals, now I gotta make these fucking guys, and they have to have free will? Oh, I'm getting high for this shit.
She was melting, dude.
I mean,
you know how the candles when they start melting and they'll pull up a little bit, come up, and
yeah, and they're like, yeah, like one side's okay, and yeah.
The only thing I could think, and it figures my sick mind, like you could probably fuck her thigh fupa.
Yeah, but you it's just about fucking everything with you, right? Like, which I'm like, I get it. Don't get me wrong.
You gotta advertise what you got. You gotta work on what you got. If I was that girl, I'd be like, look, we could pull a fucking. She could be a porn star. She has extra everything.
You know what kind of fucking weirdos are gonna watch that shit?
People like Margot.
This is the problem: is women are like, I'm gonna be original, and men are like, I don't give a shit. You could just do what everyone else does, and I'll still watch this shit. Why? Because we're all stupid.
Dude, if that chick took a camera right close up to that thigh fupa and just stuck her finger in it, it would look like she was fingering her pussy. That's how big this thing was, dude.
I know,
and I wasn't the only one who witnessed it.
I'm trying not to be mean. At the same time, it's like, come on, that's so fucking horrible.
Dude, Ray saw it too. Ray confirmed it. Like from a female to another female, the female said, "Hey, what up, Lex? The chick had a fucking thigh fupa."
Okay, so how tall was this broad?
She was about my size. That made it worse.
And how?
I'm only 5'7".
So did she just have like a random fupa on her thigh? Because that might have been a tumor, bro.
No, both thighs had fupas.
Oh, so she was a thick glass.
She was symmetrical.
She was symmetrical. Interesting.
I mean,
technically, so that's the lady with four vaginas. That's fine.
It's exactly what I just said.
You got the front vagina, back vagina, and 2 leg vaginas. I mean, like, it's a lot.
That's porno material right there.
That is a weird gangbang, and things are only getting weirder. So, yes, confirmed. She was probably 5'5". I forget how child size you are. Like, you're a man, but at the same time, like, I look at you and I'm like, I could put you in my pocket. It'll be fun. I'll carry you around for later. I'm like, it'll be funny, you know? What's up,
man? So let's talk about some real shit, man. Because I kind of got in this discussion with one of the other I guess prominent comedians that are up in Cleveland this weekend, and you know, it's just these people who are still on this Palestinian Jew hating type shit. That's going on.
We didn't get enough canceled material so far. Yeah, let's hit the Israel Palestine. That's good. Well,
it ain't so much even that. Like, you know, it went back to the protests that are going on. You hear over there about the protests that are going on in the campuses over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, I believe, you know, it's America. You got the right to protest. But there are rules to that shit, which people just say, you know, they hear the right to protest, but they don't hear peaceful and in public spaces. You know, no, they just
also fair.
Fuck shit up with a sign in our hand and it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I don't believe, like, you know, them pulling like a Kent State, you know, fucking, what was that, 50, 60 years ago, 80 years ago, when they put in the National Guard and they gunned down the kids protesting at Kent State. That's wrong. You know, but you got to find the logic and the balance there. I don't believe in you know, them fucking up these kids. That's the furthest thing from my feelings on it. But one, people don't realize that most of these protesters in these schools that are being shut down are only 20% students. The rest of them are outsiders coming in and kind of interweaving. You know, they're outside protesters. They're not fucking students.
So what the fuck are they doing there?
They're protesting, and they're pretty much getting the students riled up. Pretty much.
Those are called actors, and that's fucking propaganda, right? Like no, but like that's how you do it. If you want to cause shit, you send in actors, make them rile everybody up, and they go, "Oh, look at all the students."
Well, that's the same thing that happened on Jan 6th. They got plenty of
100% what happened on January 6th.
Go in. People are like, no, and he was like, yeah, go in.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you know, that's the first thing. The second thing is now these a lot of these protesters, especially the one, we're taking hostages. Look, motherfucker, that's the reason why these people are getting fucking bombed right now. Showing the reason why they doing what they're doing. You know, they took what was it, the second or third day that all this shit started popping off. They went into one of the schools and they took like 4 of the janitors hostage. They let them go like 6 hours later. But can you imagine what was going through them fucking kids' minds or them janitors' minds?
Bro,
you know,
I would kill every one of those fucking protesters. Like if we have you hostage, I'm gonna break every bone in your body. Sorry, you don't get to stop me from doing my life. That's not how that's gonna work.
Exactly. And then the third thing is, and it's the most important thing that people don't fucking understand. And I don't give a fuck what side you're on. This goes for the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world, but the United States of America. You have the right to protest. You have the right, even if it ain't peacefully, because, you know, we found out in the summer of love that as long as you're for the right side, you can do what the fuck you want. So even if it's not peacefully, you still have the right to protest. But the one thing that nobody realized, except when they started fucking up people's personal houses and shit, is you do that on public property. When they did that shit with Wall Street, it was on public land, a public park. You got to do that shit in a road, a sidewalk, public property. UCLA, Harvard, Columbia, all these schools, these are not public property.
So we got somebody coming in. I'll give him a second to get situated, but go ahead.
I see that beautiful beard of his.
Right.
It is not public
Jesus.
So,
it might be. It might be. But he stroked that shit. He stroked that shit like it was his cock. He like, look at this. Hey, give me a nod if you're ready. He's like a dick over there. All right, here we go.
Big Sniggle!
Hey!
What's up going on, guys? Shit.
You look like a guy who has a job, bro. What is that?
Because I'm a guy who has a job, bro. I had to fuck around and go get one of them things.
Oh, it's horrible.
No,
I applied to a Lego store.
I don't want to fuck around and find out. No, I'm good.
So we've been talking about this, the protests and the school shutdowns and shit like that, Jared. And you know, my whole point of it is these kids. First of all, I don't believe in the force being used towards these kids who are protesting. But on the other hand, these kids do not have the right to protest in these schools because they're not public or government ran schools. You could do it on the outside of the school. You could do it on the street.
Wait a second. Wait one second. Did you hear the actual words that came out of your actual mouth? It's a government institution. They don't have the right. Motherfucker! Dude,
UCLA is not a government institution. UCLA is not a government institution. Harvard is not a government institution. Yale, Columbia, those are not government institutions. You want to take your ass down to YSU? You go down to YSU to the daycare we got, and you can go fucking do fuck shit like that. But if you are at a private fucking school, if you are at a private college, you do not have the right to do private shit there or public shit there.
They don't care about what you said.
I miss how this show used to be. So violent.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, and you're going to hate me for this. You and I are going to fight
I
over
imagine he
this.
had plenty of his age before.
Very rarely.
Yes.
Here's what institutions of higher learning are good for. We all know what kind of, even throughout history and different civilizations, they have always been uber left, uber, conservative, leaning, very liberal, the liberals of their age. Now, at different ages and in different civilizations, they went to different lengths, but they were still the liberals of their age. Never in history will you find a time when students protesting in their campuses, in their areas in their institutions of learning, have ever been on the wrong side of history.
Where they
just
haven't been.
Take that into consideration. Have not been.
Yeah.
Look at our protests. Look at our major protests here and in Canada over the last, I don't know, since we've been countries.
So hold on. Okay.
This is what they are good for. They harbor a lot of other bad things, but this is one area where colleges and institutions of higher learning have actually done a good job.
Well,
I just want to point that out.
Protest. I'm not against the protests at all. We have, as Americans, not even as any other country. No. What I said was, you cannot go and do public protest shit on private grounds. That has to be on a public area. The reason why they're giving credence to the fucking law coming in and beating up on these kids, which I do not approve of, is because they are not on public land. So you are doing fucking fuck shit on this private school's institution. They got a right to come in and drop the hammer. Go ahead, Dino.
I believe the technical term is doing some fucking fuck shit. Is definitely 100%. Like, hey, you don't bring your fucking fuck shit over here and try and do that.
No.
So
no more fuck shit.
Yeah, no more fuck shit in this fucking area, okay? No, so
them kids have all the right in the fucking world under our Constitution to protest.
So I disagree in that I think if you want to be a non-peaceful, while non-violent, non-peaceful protest, I'm sorry, people have every right. They pay their taxes to have their property protected. If you are going to be unpeaceful, sorry, like look, that's a fuck around and find out moment, right? Now, could it be deadly or anything? No, but it is a fuck around and find out moment, right?
And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't. There is a right way to do it. Once you step out of line, you're no longer a peaceful protester. Peaceful protester does not mean that you're not physically assaulting someone. You can be, like you said, you can be non-peaceful and non-violent.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we need that distinction because people don't get that. They're like, no. We're not peaceful, but we're not violent. We're not breaking shit. We're not doing anything, right? So,
anybody know who that is? So I can send them a link.
I don't know.
I have no idea who that person is.
Andy, what? I don't know who that is.
Andy, if you want to join.
So, my only thing, Jared, is this: is that at this point,
or how to get a hold of you,
we are suffering on both ends the same thing. Like instead of higher education, institutions of higher education being the side of good, I guess you could say, where they're trying to fight for change and progress and expansionary things. It's not like that anymore. Now, like we're talking about is in the last 15 years where it's gone from, hey, we're trying to make things, we're trying to see progress to now, well, this is all just fucking crazy, right? That's what I'm right now is what we're going through. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to make sure I understood what you're saying, but so I guess like the gist of what you're saying is within the last 15 years
Yeah.
that the institutions of higher learning have just turned into a crazy mess?
Yeah.
Okay,
Got
first of
worse.
all, it's been way longer than 15 years. They've been a crazy mess. I in no way.
Sure.
Listen, I you know, you guys know me, and I've been out of the camera-facing world for a good hot minute, except for some special appearances here and there. So a lot of our listeners and viewers and stuff, they might not really remember me or know a lot of my stances on things. So brief refresher here.
Welcome
I'm
to
a
the
fucking
jungle.
realist, right? Yeah, welcome to the jungle, motherfucker. I'm a realist, right? The left is right on some things, the right is right on some things. I kind of like some things down the middle, and I like a whole lot of fuck off and leave me alone. I'm not
100%.
anything. I don't, you know. So when I endorse something, I endorse an ideal or an opinion, not a party or a person, right? It takes all kinds of people to make this world go round.
Absolutely.
You have to. You know, I'm a big believer in, like, you know, the whole yin and yang, man. There's
You need
balance
weirdo.
and counterbalance. There's a point and a counterpoint on both ends, man. You know what I mean? You need
I'm with you.
so we need, outside of the sciences, outside of the hard, and when I say hard sciences, I don't mean difficult. You guys know what I mean by the hard sciences. Outside of the hard
Gay
sciences,
sex ones.
institutions of higher learning have never produced anything but a shit show.
Yes, and you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That-
But you
that-
need
Out of that shit show,
the
every
radical.
once in a while we get they've always been the radicals.
Yeah.
Always.
But you need it because you're
But
trying to sift
need
through the
We
bullshit.
need the certain ones that are correct, but we need certain facets of that to make the world go round.
Jared.
Yo,
Whoa. I'm getting a mad fucking echo from you, like ridiculous. Like you're still talking right now.
no, I'm not.
I'm trying
No,
to.
I'm not.
No shit.
No, I'm not.
Like I'm
Bunch
getting my
of
echo
fucking
from
children.
you right
I
now.
love it. Fantastic.
Yeah, see, that's why I think you kind of misunderstood what I said in the beginning, Jared. You know, these kids have all the rights in the world to protest. As Americans, they have all the right. But when you do it in the wrong places and you don't do it, huh?
You say something about doing a dab in America? What?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I don't know. My shit cut out for a second. And then I come back and I heard that.
Look, the
When we were
idea.
talking about drugs, it was okay. We start talking about real shit.
We start talking about real shit. Yeah. Jared, you came on here and you're like, let's have a real conversation. Just all the internet went
No,
off.
listen, the sad part.
The real conversation was thrust upon me. I was told we were doing a druggy show. I said, pass me in. And then I was asked a real fucking question. I feel ambushed personally, but fuck it.
I Joy Behard you.
Bro, you hearted me something. Shit.
I hit him with a whoopee.
Well, this is
somebody's gonna owe me a Bobert here in a minute.
I don't know, man.
I understand the fucking word he just said.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting all
You
messed up.
sounded good when you were a little bit backed up from whatever mic you were using.
Yeah. But look,
Well,
The mic's
this
in my
is the thing.
fucking ear.
Jesus Christ.
The problem is that he don't have a headset on, so we're getting. And the sad part is, I just said like probably not even 5 minutes ago, whatever you're using sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Well,
I think that's where we
Well,
fucked
stop,
up.
because I'm late. Stop.
Yeah, you way
Oh,
late.
God,
You're so late.
You and your squeaky cocks.
But wait a minute.
There's more.
All right, there, Billy Mays.
Ah,
And that's because we're coming up on Gay Month real soon. I even got the tranny one there. They'll all squeak for you. All right.
Fucking chicken orgy.
every day at Costco, baby. No.
Dude, I came out on May the 4th. I fucking came out in a Sith outfit, but I had a Wookiee outfit under it, and I was riding on a chicken on a stick. And I asked everybody, "What's wrong? You ain't never seen a Wookiee riding a cock?"
I mean, that is a
Guess you had
horrible
to be
idea.
there, fuck faces.
Of course, it's a
Yeah,
horrible.
we did.
And you know what?
We
I
needed to be
thankfully don't have to imagine it. Nope.
Hey, Greg seen it.
Oh,
there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I've
I did.
seen very similar. So
that's horrible.
We sang happy birthday. And for everybody out there in Upside Down Studio world and internet world, it was Greg's birthday over the weekend. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
We wish you in person, but for everybody else who don't know,
Happy birthday, Greg.
Thank you,
we
sir.
even had the whole Star Wars crew sing happy birthday to Greg.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
mine's tomorrow.
It's like you're 7 years old all over again. You're
What'd
like,
you say?
this is
Yours
the
is
greatest
tomorrow.
birthday ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jared's
Yeah,
tomorrow,
mine's
ain't
tomorrow.
it? Yeah.
Oh, well, fucking happy
Remember,
birthday.
we have a whole. Thank you. We have a whole bunch in May. That's why we used to do those big May bashes.
Right.
Yeah,
I wanted
huh?
to do one this year, but everything's just been so scatterbrained.
Bro,
Everybody's doing their own thing.
everything's been crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's
next
working
year.
hard on projects. And we all got something going on. I
Right.
think next year we'll throw something big.
Right.
I think all the labor everybody's putting in now will be paying off by then.
Right.
You know what, Jared? I agree with you. The problem is next year becomes next year becomes next year, and it's.
Oh no, I know how quick that can happen too, but
yeah.
I know
Yeah,
how quick that can happen.
I got a whole yard full of cars that I say that too.
Right, like that is the problem. Is we're all at an age right now where you're just like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh yeah, I got to do that. And you're like, I'm just not gonna fucking do that. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm at the point now where I'm just doing it. Like I'm not even saying. I'm just doing it now. Fuck it.
Yeah. But like I think that's the one advantage where I'm like, I'll just call people like, hey, what are you doing today? Nothing. Okay, come do something. Like okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Here's
So
something. Wait a second, Jared, because this kind of involves you too,
Okay.
since you're in the service industry a little bit, and Dino quit drinking pop, and so I want to know if he has seen any difference. I haven't done any research into it just yet. It just came across me right when I was starting the show, but I'm hearing words through the conspiracy line that Bill Gates has been putting nanotech in Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And so, some people say it's like a poisoning thing. Some people saying it's like there's all kind of different theories on it. Again, I got to do my own research into it to see what the hell it's actually about, or even if it's real. But when I heard about the whole solidifying of the bodies and it being sprayed on food, that was real and that was fucked up. So who knows? And that was also Gates.
Okay, well, a lot of that stuff I don't know about. Like, guys, I'll be honest with you. Even though, they're just being the most badass fucking bar cook in the Dirty 330 doesn't give me privy to inside manufacturing information. But
They've gotten to Jared, Marco. They've gotten to him.
Listen, you don't have to be a professional either sometimes to just look at certain products in the grocery store and go, that's real, that's not. I don't know what the fuck. So at the end of the day, look, listen, I'm not discounting any conspiracies. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is at the end of the day, I'm kind of saying, hey, it's a damn good possibility. So, hey, every single fucking consumer, be fucking aware. Just educate yourself a little bit on what stuff is supposed to even look like. You don't even have to educate yourself on the conspiracy theories. Educate yourself on what's supposed to be normal. And if it don't look, smell, or taste normal, don't fucking touch it. It's that fucking simple.
Let's see, I know that.
You right now.
Me and my son,
you've been on this big, huge journey, right? You've been on this big, huge journey. Even you can tell a difference between, and I know you do. You're off of a lot of sugars and stuff, but
yeah.
You can tell a difference. But you can tell a difference between sugar, and high fructose corn syrup.
Oh,
you can tell the difference between natural starches and refined starches. Like rice, you can tell the difference between a rice, a potato, and a store-bought box pasta. Fresh pasta is different, but a store-bought box pasta, even the way it feels in your body when you digest it, you can tell the difference. If it doesn't taste natural, if it didn't come from the earth, if it's a man-made food item, don't buy it. If it is an earth-made food, buy it, cook it, eat it.
Yeah. Like, look, even when
That's
it
the
comes down
simplest
to
information you could be given.
if you want to make something with bread and pasta, yeah, just go buy flour and do like actually do that, and your entire feeling, like your health will do a drastic change. I don't know, like
100 million%.
the problem is that we just have so much processed shit that we don't even realize. We're like, oh, potato chips. You're going, okay, potato chips, a chocolate bar. You know how processed that shit is? Like, it's not.
Yeah,
good.
seriously, there's a huge difference. It's not the same. Literally, if you get a mandolin, slice potatoes, and then fry them in some oil, pull them, let them dry, drop them again, and then salt them. You'll have the best potato chips you've ever had. Beat anything you've ever had out of a bag, and they're literally just fucking fried, and they will not make you feel like shit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a health food because it's still not a health food, but you will not feel like shit after eating it. Plain and simple. The most natural you can go is what you need to do. That's the healthiest way you can live. Same thing with your drugs. The more natural they are, the more natural they are.
You're fucking up.
The less
100% accurate.
All right, two things. One, as soon as I brought this whole subject up, my internet started fucking up again. That makes me give some credence to the story. Two, the reason why I use pop as the example and that whole shit was because I've noticed, and my son has also, and a few other people, like name brand pops, like Coca-Cola, the Pepsi's. They all you could crack a can, and within fucking 5 minutes it's flat.
It's not even that though.
They used to not even be like that anymore, and
they taste weird. Taste weird.
Right. And
so,
you ever see the
I will admit
on the pop now? Like the little rainbow that goes across the fucking top. It's like when your car got a oil leak in the rain.
Yeah.
There's a sheen that goes across the fucking pop.
I will also say this, because the majority of the pop I do drink is from where I work. So it's out of, we're at the mercy of Wonder Bar and how they set up our wand. Because they set up the nozzles and everything, and that does the mixing of the CO2. I don't drink a lot of bottled pop because I don't drink a lot of pop. I don't drink a lot of sugar. I don't do a lot of sugar anymore, a lot of refined sugar. I do allow myself like a sweetened beverage a day, like a small one. Usually, like, because I don't drink alcohol either. So my shift drink, I'll have a fucking Pepsi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I even recommend you.
So,
even if you can get like the sugar cane one, or instead of a diet, like just a regular full sugar one.
Yeah, right. Like in my coffee, like I used to do like the creamer that was, like would be like milk and sugar.
Yeah.
Already pre-sweetened, so it was easier. Dude, just changing from that to, and now I only have 1 cup of coffee in the morning anyways. But changing from that and putting in either milk or cream, and then using regular, real sugar.
Fuck you, healthy bitch. I have immunity to all that shit. I'm on my 8th Monster as we speak, and I just got done with a fucking 16-ounce Fanta.
You probably pissed
me off. I drank a pot of coffee this morning.
Okay. Here's all I'm going to tell you, and I have zero problems admitting this. The new fans are going to find out all this shit eventually. Bro, you didn't smoke anywhere near as much crack as I did back in the day. I mean, I had days where I smoked a fucking quarter by my fucking self, dog. I just came from the cardiologist. We got to go get pictures and shit of this motherfucker. It's even worse than the crack, bro. I'm telling you. Okay?
God.
But that's what I said about drugs. The more natural it is,
100%.
You just wait.
But seriously, now you got me curious. I'm gonna read what you
listen.
Oh, bro, don't read what's that.
It's gonna be good. I literally, cold turkey. I've quit fucking crack. I've quit nicotine. I've quit drinking. Listen, the hardest thing to quit, and the thing that I not only instantly, but so far cumulatively, since I have either quit or reduced my intake of it very drastically, is fucking sugar, dude.
Yeah.
When I was quitting sugar, I would get so many fucking cravings, worse than I ever did trying to quit anything else. It is fucking ridiculous. Sugar, refined sugars, like the honey, use other sweetening like natural sweetening sources, but refined sugar, Jesus fucking Christ, it is a horrible fucking poison.
You know what's worse
that I'm different between you guys. Like I like
I think it's actually worse for your body than alcohol is, and alcohol is straight fucking poison, dude.
You know, I don't drink very much alcohol. I do, but I cut down my alcohol intake a lot. But you know, everything else,
we're just starting. Because of how science is, we are just starting to learn the cumulative effects of even moderate drinking on our cognitive functions when we get older.
Yeah.
You are going to see a massive spike. You're going to see a massive spike in dementia and Alzheimer-related diseases that are going to be specifically related to alcohol. Not necessarily drop-dead drunks. We're talking functional alcoholics. But because now everything is 5, 6, 8, 10% alcohol beers.
I look
you drink
forward
6
to
of them a day for your entire adult life. No, you're never a drop-dead drunk. But guess what's going to happen when you turn 65 or 70? Your fucking brain's going to check out, dude.
The
Watch,
Asians
it's going to
get to like 110 and they drink fucking liquor made of rattlesnakes.
I look forward to ignoring all of you and saying, sorry, I have dementia.
I fucking look forward to dementia. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, there goes your
I'm not
ongoing
going to know. Bro, that's my path to be an idiot. It's great.
If I'm sitting with a fucking 3 teddy bears and I think I'm talking to Greg, Dino, and Jared, that's a good day.
That might be happening right now.
Not the problem. That's not the problem.
As we
speak. Listen, Marco, that's not the problem. The problem is when you wake up in the morning walking around looking for your wife who's been dead for 10 years or 2 years or 4 years. And you don't remember that because you're stuck back then and you keep looking for her. And then you look in the mirror and you fucking realize, oh shit, yeah, she's dead. And you relive the morning of her dying over again. Because you just
like
checked
a regular Tuesday. That's fine.
That's what dementia is. That's what you're drinking. That's what drinking leads to.
Or it could be me getting to introduce people to my butt crack every once in a while. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't know how pants work. Dementia.
No, there are amazing fun times with it too. Don't get me wrong. There's humorous times where nobody would ever make it through taking care of somebody with dementia.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely not. There are
this is the scary part.
Fun times.
Can you imagine my gorilla ass walking around and not going like, yeah, I don't know how to fucking deal with shit. I'll just start smacking the shit out of people. Like, who are you gonna do? Stop me? Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, I got the bad feeling what's gonna happen with Dino is Dino's gonna get a bad hip and he's gonna get some good drugs and he's gonna pretend that he has dementia just so he can keep getting the good drugs. So he's gonna be, and then he'll call home, hey babe, I need you to pick me up this.
Bro, this is the best part is that because I waited so long, like I can actually have these experiences like trying the mushrooms and other stuff where I'm like, I can actually take stock of, okay, how is this affecting me? Am I enjoying it? Is this a fun experience? Is this something I want to keep on doing? And I'm like, it's just so much fun for me. But also too, because listen,
I can they have some really good positives.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm like, look, I do drugs because I realize that I'm the problem. I'm trying to figure out. It's not. Yeah, I'm fucking broken. And I'm like,
But see, listen. When we talk about, we're sitting here talking about drugs, but like seriously, what did we say earlier? Closer to natural it is. Yeah, we're talking about weed, mushrooms. Like, yeah, those drugs are fine. Those are very close to natural. Like, meth's a drug too. Stay the fuck away from it. It ain't gonna help you like discover who the fuck you are.
Well, I don't know about that because yesterday I tried LSD for the first time. So I don't know. It was pretty wild.
Okay, but that's typically meth and LSD typically comes from different sources.
Yeah. So
they come from the same trailer park, just different sides.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They do not come from the same trailer park.
Like that one of them is a fancy trailer and the other one is a not so fancy trailer. Like those are different trailers. Like they may be like neighboring trailer parks. Like, yeah, like
There's
One
a
of them's got
double
fake
wide,
plants in
and
their
then there's
yard
that
and shit.
fucking thing that has the grass covering it.
Exactly, right? You got AstroTurf. You're like, what the fuck is this guy? You're like, come on, bro. Calm down.
I'm actually not really against the use of acid either. In the right environment, I recommend it on a regular to people. Like, it's something you should fucking do like every 6 to 12 months and just
My
have
wife-
a nice little introspective trip.
Bro, my wife got mad and she's like, can you stop doing all these drugs? And I'm like, no. She's like, okay, well, can you not do LSD again? I'm like, oh, why do you have to control me? Fine. She's like, just vape and
no
and
heroin,
mushroom.
no
Yeah.
fentanyl,
No, I would never. That's why I'm like, I can't.
Generally, if it smells like a car part, you don't want it.
Like, honestly, the one good thing about mushrooms is that you can't take mushrooms every day. Like, it's not going to work, right?
Oh, it will. You just got to take more.
No, but that's insane, right? Like, you're not going to get the benefit. Or I'm like, if you take mushrooms every 2 weeks, I'm like, that is super good for you, right? Like, it is, bro. So,
I don't know about all that.
Gino, you know what? Here's what it is. He finally decided to just ditch the Greek side of him and become one of them fucking hippie Canadians is what it is.
Dino is
Basically.
the bear that the women chose. Dino is
he's
that
like,
bear.
It's fine. You know, it's just Dino is that bear.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
Dino is that bear.
I just gave up and I'm like, all right, guys, you want to party? I'll show you how to party. Okay. So I had to explain this to somebody the other day was that, okay, they were like, oh, that was a pretty hard party. I'm like, well,
I don't know. Last time I said
okay,
that, I had a stroke in a parking lot smoking crack.
okay. So, but that's the thing is, so like, I'm like, bro, it's not a good party unless you wake up to like you're going home to the dawn, right? Like, right? Like that's not. I'm like, that's a good party. You're like, yeah. When I
Dino,
go home,
that's a good party.
Fucking horn, Jesus Christ!
What the fuck?
Yeah, I got quiet.
On my phone, I couldn't hardly see that motherfucker.
You got real quiet.
He has that horn that looks like, I don't know, some giant's foreskin. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's all a dried out husk.
Foreskin.
Yeah.
Everybody says they're a smoker until they hit the horn and try to get on stage. Dude, I took 2 other people out this weekend. Thought they were big badasses hitting the fucking horn.
Oh, to be clear, I never said any of that. He was like, oh, just try it. It'll be great. I hit it once and said, oh no, I have made a horrible mistake. Well, I might as well finish the job. And that was it.
Dino's whole set. Dino had like a 20-minute set, and 15 minutes of it was him looking down at me and saying, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
And he killed. And he fucking killed.
He got a lot of laughs. I also had to ask them if he was real. I'm like, you guys can see the Care Bear, right? Like, it's not just me. Like, no, he's there. Like, he is okay.
I'm out in the middle of the street shitting at man.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know the Care Bear gave me drugs, but I wasn't sure if the Care Bear was here for everyone, or is it my Care Bear? What's happening, right? It's a fair question, right?
Yeah.
As a Greek man, it only makes sense that some sort of evil Puerto Rican demon would follow me around in a onesie. I mean, that sounds like Greek mythology, just basically.
It really does.
Loki.
He's kind of like a North American version of the Minotaur.
Glorious purpose.
No, you're more like the Minotaur.
I'll be half horse or half bull. I'll be half bull. That's a centaur or some shit like that. Or pan.
I mean, you would definitely pass as
Marco's finally coming out. I knew it.
Like
I knew Marco would finally come out one day.
Satyr. Satyr?
Satyr, that's what they're called, a satyr.
Yeah. I think so.
That's a Jewish holiday.
No, that's a satyr with a D. This is a satyr with a TY, I believe.
It's with a titty. Satyr with a titty.
Oh, God.
So
Satyr titties. Is that a thing on Satyr? Am I missing out on Jewish fun facts?
Dino, are you still doing your Lego show?
You know what? I finally have gotten my health back. I'm starting to do stuff, and so yeah, I'm gonna be getting back into Lego just because all my
Okay.
vacations are done. So
So I found, and if you're interested, I'll pick you up some and send them to you. I have found Chinese knockoff Lego sets.
I love them. They're so good. I am planning. So I even got.
I
Spelled Lego wrong. I mean, Jesus Christ. Nothing screams fucking knockoff than Lego spelled wrong.
I refer to it as Fego. It's fake Lego. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you got
Bolex.
yeah, man. No, it's good. Yeah.
I'll send you a couple of different sets, man. I seen they got helicopters and all kind of shit.
Nice.
Oh,
All right,
early
that being
birds.
said, you got anything going on, Dino?
No, nothing really. I just have the daily shows and everything. Hammered and Cheese, we had 40 people watching live on Twitter yesterday.
Sweet.
That was pretty awesome.
Nice.
So we had a 2-hour episode of making spaghetti and meat sauce. It was good. It was a good episode, but at the same time, it was out of control. And I was also on LSD. So like it was pretty fucking wild. And he's like, why would you take drugs with the day we have a show? And I'm like, it just worked for the rest
Why
of my
not?
schedule. I'm like, it was just kind of this. That was my
It
schedule.
just worked for the rest of my schedule.
Yeah.
It's
So-
all nice you can just slide in a nice LSD trip into your schedule.
Yeah.
All right.
you know,
Well, where can they find the Hammered and Cheese so they can check that shit out?
at Dino the Genetic Marvel at all social media, wherever you'll find a link to my YouTube channel. Maybe on OnlyFans. Who knows? I might send you a picture of my butthole until you send me money. That might be what I might do.
That's
Sometimes
the
you have
wrong
to
kind
make.
of bear.
Listen, I am Greek. It will be beautiful. Trust me. So
All right, y'all. Check
He's
out
big.
Dino the Genetic Marvel and the Hams fucking whatever he said that show was called.
Syracuse.
If you're anywhere in the area, go and check out Tavern 21. Big Sniz is back there cooking it up, chefing it up all the time. 26, 21, 26.
what a fucking asshole.
He just talked about the ham sandwich and I couldn't remember it.
Bro, the horn hits deep, bro. The
Yeah.
horn hits deep.
I didn't say the fucking horn don't get me. I just said I can handle it.
So far,
Tavern
everyone
26, go
bowed to
check
the
out
horn.
one of Big Sniz's fucking specialty burgers.
Yes.
And everything else he cooks down there is
Bro,
fucking
it
fire.
killed me. I didn't get to see him last time. I gotta fucking. I'm hoping to come down there soon, and I'll come check you guys out.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
so
Are-
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
No.
And then I got all kind of shit. Shows coming up. I'll post. The main one will be at the end of the month. The Willie Santiago show. I'll be featuring there. I'll have more details and posters and flyers and shit up. So check that shit out. Check out Eargasm. Check out Selfie World. Check out Upside Down Studios, motherfucker. Y'all been listening to us, and we out.